Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 9 math and then click on view all lessons. So we're going to start with grade 9 math. We're going to start with the chapter matrices. Lessons we're going to cover today are matrix operation rules, matrix vocabulary, matrix, multiply a matrix by a scalar. So please make sure you have your notebook that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Let's start with the lesson that is matrix operation rule. Okay, let's just start with the first lesson that is matrix operation rules. What are the dimensions of the matrix K? So K equals 3. So multiplying a matrix by a number does not change its dimension. So we are multiplying this first matrix by 3. So that 3 does not change the matrix of this dimension, right? So K is the sum of the two matrices that have 3 rows and 1 column. So the dimensions of matrix K are 3 by 1. We have 3 columns and 1 row. Okay. K means the sum of these two matrices, right? Multiply this matrix by 3. So 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 5 is 15. Now you can add 3, 2 and 9. So 3 plus 0 is 3, 6 plus 2 is 8, 15 plus 9 is 24. So this is actually the matrix K, right? So the dimensions of the matrix K are 3 times 1, 3 rows and 1 column. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. What are the dimensions of matrix D? So here is the D. D is the sum of these two matrices, and for these two matrices the dimensions are 4 times 1. So D is also 4 times 1, right? That means 4 rows and 1 column. What are the dimensions of matrix F? So just look at the matrix. 3 is multiplying to this matrix, right? So multiplying a scalar quantity does not change the dimensions of the matrix. So it would be same, it would be 1 and 4. 1 row and 4 columns. Option number 1 is the correct option. That would be 1 and 4. Is the sum defined? No, we cannot add the matrices, add two matrices until they have the same dimensions, right? Same dimensions means they both have the same number of rows and same number of columns. So no, we cannot add them, right? Until they have exactly the same numbers of rows and columns. That is rule to add the matrices, right? What are the dimensions of matrix Y? Y is the sum of these two matrices, right? And they have the dimensions 3 times 1. So when you add them, you all have another matrix that has the dimension 3 and 3 times 1. 3 plus 3, 6. 3 plus 0 is 3 and 4 plus 1 is 5. So the correct option is 3, 1. The matrix we have is 3, 1. Is this defined difference? Is this difference defined? The correct option is no. Yes, the difference is defined. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is matrix vocabulary. How many elements does the matrix have? So three elements, one, two, three. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. How many elements does the matrix have? So that is the matrix that have three rows and three columns. So the matrix has a dimensions three times three, three times three makes nine. So that means you have nine elements in the matrix. The correct option is option number. Okay, the next one is what are the dimensions of this matrix? That would be 2 times 1 because the matrix has two rows and one column. So that is 2 times 1. Is this zero matrix? Yes, it is a zero matrix because all of the elements in a matrix are zero. So then that would be a zero matrix. Is this a zero matrix? No, that is not a zero matrix because all the elements are not zero. So this is not a zero matrix. What are the dimensions of the matrix? That is 3 times 3, 3 rows and that would be 3 times 3. three rows and three columns. Okay. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, that is multiply. So multiplying a matrix by a scalar is very easy. You just have to multiply the matrix by the scalar. Like here we have 2. 2 is scalar and this is the matrix. So you need to multiply 2 with 0, 2 with 4, then 2 with 6, 2 with 12. So 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times 2 is 4. Got it? You have to multiply each element of the matrix with the scalar. 4. So you need to multiply 4 with each element, right? So we have to do 4 times 9 is 36. So the missing element is 36. Fill in the missing number. 'It would be 8 times 7 is 56. Option number 2 is the correct option. Fill in the missing number. 9 times 0 is 0. So the missing element is 0. Twenty. The missing one is 20. That is 0. Option number 2 is the correct option. The missing number is 12. Option number 1 is the correct option. Fill in the missing number. So which number is missing? Yes, 28 it is. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we're working on grade 9 math. Chapter we are working on is matrices. The lessons we have covered today are matrix operation rules, matrix vocabulary, and multiply a matrix by a scalar. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework on Telegram. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can write them down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So, any questions you can please ask if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.